Good evening. Welcome to the State of Business on our television with me, Tirantha Gunawardana. Let's take a look at today's headlines first. We will meet this challenge and defeat terrorism, says President Maithripala Sirisena. All-party conference held under patronage of President. In your top story today, a special meeting chaired by President Maithripala Sirisena was held today to brief heads of media institutions on the short and long-term measures to curb terrorism and bring back normalcy. President Sirisena acknowledged that there was a serious lapse on the part of the Defence Secretary and the Inspector General of Police who failed to inform him about the intelligence agency letter from a friendly foreign country sent on 4th April warning about a possible attack. Referring to the current operations, raids and arrests of suspects, he praised the law enforcement and intelligence services for their efficiency and dedication in responding to this situation. Answering a question about the safety of schools and places of worship, the President said that as the government, it will create a background where public servants, school children, entrepreneurs and the general public of the country could act liberally in a free and peaceful environment. The all-party conference was held with the participation of all party leaders and representatives under the patronage of President Maithripala Sirisena yesterday. Lengthy discussions were held regarding the current situation of the country and the actions to be taken in the future. The importance of joining together despite party or color differences in the task of protecting the national security was thoroughly emphasized at the meeting. All party leaders pledged their support to President Sirisena in helping to eradicate terrorism from Sri Lanka and to apprehend those responsible for the attacks on Sunday. Party leaders and party representatives who expressed their views on this tragic incident pointed out the deficiencies that were evident within the security forces and pointed out the need to rectify those errors. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, Opposition Leader Mahinda Rajapaksa and ministers representing Sri Lanka Freedom Party, the United People's Freedom Alliance and the United National Party, Basil Rajapaksa representing the Podujana Peramuna, leader of the Tamil National Alliance and Member of Parliament R. Sampanthan, JP spokesperson MP Vijitha Herath, Minister Partly Champika Ranawaka of the Jathika Hela Urumaya, leader of the Mahajana Eksat Peramuna MP Dinesh Gunawardana, leader of the National Freedom Alliance MP Vimal Weerawansa, leader of the Piyuthuru Hela Urumaya MP Uday Gammanpila, leader of the Democratic People's Front Minister Mano Ganeshan, leader of the Sri Lanka Muslim Congress Minister Rauf Hakim, leader of the All Island Muslim Congress Minister Rishad Batiuddin, leader of the National Labour Congress Minister Palani Digambaran, leader of the Kanuwada Peramuna Minister V.S. Radhakrishnan, leader of the EPDP Douglas Devananda, leader of the Sri Lanka Communist Party Div Gunasekara, leader of the Lanka Samasamaja Party Professor Tissa Vitarana, leader of the National Samagi Peramuna Azad Sali and other party representatives were present in this event. President Maithripala Sirisena says that security forces in the country should be strengthened and revitalized to overcome the challenges of terrorism. The President emphasized that he will fulfill the responsibility of providing leadership in this regard without any hesitation. He made these remarks during a special meeting held with the senior police officers at the Sri Lanka Foundation Institute on Wednesday. President Sirisena appreciated the great service rendered by all officers of the police department, sacrificing their lives during the current emergency situation in the country, and pointed out the importance of taking future steps in a broad and comprehensive manner to ensure the security of the country and its citizens. The National Media Centre, issuing a statement, said that action will be taken against those who spread fake news and false propaganda regarding the situation in the island. A number of incidents of public disturbances have been reported in several parts of the country due to the circulation of false information. The police and security forces have taken measures to take strict legal action against persons circulating such false information through websites, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp and other social media sources. The circulation of such false information creates disturbance and panic amongst the general public and also misleads the security forces. Therefore, the public is requested to refrain from involving in such activities. Action will be taken against persons involved in circulating false information under the emergency regulations, and anyone who is found guilty of committing such offences may be imprisoned to 3 to 5 years. Issuing a statement, the Foreign Ministry of Sri Lanka states that as of 6 p.m. on Thursday 25th April 2019, the number of foreign nationals who have been identified as killed in the Easter Sunday bombings is 40. The fatalities were 1 from Bangladesh, 2 from China, 11 from India, 3 from Denmark, 1 from Japan, 1 from the Netherlands, 1 from Portugal, 2 from Saudi Arabia, 2 from Spain, 1 from Switzerland, 2 from Turkey, 6 from the UK, 1 from USA, 2 holding US and UK nationalities, 1 holding Swiss and Dutch nationalities, 1 holding Dutch and Sri Lankan nationalities, and 2 holding Sri Lankan and Australian nationalities. Human remains of 16 foreign nationals have been repatriated to date. Additionally, 14 foreign nationals are unaccounted for at present and could be amongst the unidentified victims at the Colombo Judicial Medical Officers Mortuary. 5 foreign nationals injured in the attacks are receiving treatment at the Colombo South Teaching Hospital and private hospitals in Colombo, while others have been discharged from the hospital following treatment. The Foreign Ministry continues to be in close contact with the relevant hospital authorities to identify remaining victims. The Ministry will continue to monitor the welfare of the foreign nationals receiving treatment. An emergency hotline to assist families of the affected foreign nationals is operational at 0094 11232 3015. It's time for a short commercial break. Do stay tuned for more news after this. Welcome back. The Constitutional Council has unanimously approved the appointment of Attorney General Jayanta Jayasuriya as the new Chief Justice of Sri Lanka and has also approved the President's nomination for the position of Auditor General. The Constitutional Council, chaired by Speaker Karu Jayasuriya, convened this morning at the Parliamentary Complex. During the meeting, nominations presented by the President to fill the positions of Chief Justice and the Auditor General were taken into consideration. Accordingly, the name of Attorney General Jayanta Chandasri Jayasuriya was approved for the position of Chief Justice, while the name of Additional Auditor General Chulanta Vikramaratne was unanimously approved for the post of Auditor General of Sri Lanka. The statement said that the President was notified of the nominations being approved by the CC. The 69th annual report of the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka was presented to the Minister of Finance, Mangala Samaravira, by Dr. Indradit Kumaraswamy, the Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, yesterday. Real GDP growth was recorded at 3.2% in 2018 compared to 3.4% in the previous year. This growth was largely supported by the services activities that expanded by 4.7% and the recovery in agricultural activities, which recorded a growth of 4.8%. Investment as a percentage of GDP stood at 28.6% in 2018 compared to 28.8% in the previous year, while savings investment gap widened during the year, indicating increased dependence on external resources to fill the shortfall. The total size of the Sri Lankan economy was estimated at $88.9 billion, while the per capita GDP was recorded at $4,102 in 2018, which was marginally lower than in the previous year. In spite of the sharp depreciation of the rupee and the introduction of the pricing formula for domestic petroleum price adjustments, headline and core inflation remained well anchored in the low single-digit levels during the year, supported by proactive monetary policy measures, improved domestic supply conditions, and also due to subdued aggregate demand conditions. Headline inflation fluctuated largely in line with the price movements of the food category, where food prices declined mostly during 2018, owing to favorable weather conditions that prevailed during the year. Inflation is expected to remain well within mid-single-digit levels in the medium term, particularly under the envisaged flexible inflation targeting regime. In more developments, the Visa on Arrival program, which was to be rolled out on the 1st of May, has been put on hold in response to security concerns. Visa to enter Sri Lanka was to be granted to citizens of 39 countries on arrival in the country from May 1st on a gratis basis, as per a cabinet decision earlier this month. However, owing to the current security situation following the terror attacks on Easter Sunday, the government has decided to put the program on hold until further notice. Issuing a statement, Minister of Tourism, Wildlife and Christian Religious Affairs, John Amaratunga, has stated that although arrangements were in place to issue visa on arrival for citizens of 39 countries from the 1st of May, a decision has been made to hold it for the time being in consideration of the current security situation. The Visa on Arrival pilot program was part of a larger initiative to increase tourist arrivals to the country during the 6-month off-season period from May to October. The Met Department says that the low-pressure area over the southeast Bay of Bengal to the southeast of Sri Lanka has concentrated into a depression about 1,050 kilometers southeast of Pothuil, and that it is likely to intensify into a deep depression during the next 24 hours. It is very likely to move northwestwards, and the system is likely to intensify further into a cyclonic storm while moving closer to the eastern coast of Sri Lanka. The general public, naval and fishing communities are requested to be attentive about future advisories issued by the Department of Meteorology in this regards. Showers or thunder showers will occur in the Sabaragamo, central, southern, Uva, western and northwestern provinces after 2 p.m. Fairly heavy falls of about 75 mm can be expected at some places. Showers may also occur in the northern and eastern coastal areas in the morning. There may be temporary localized strong winds during thunder showers. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by lightning. It's time for a short commercial break. Stock Watch is coming up right after this. Welcome back. Trading at the Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all share price index gained 14.17 points to close at 5,437.06 and the S&P SL 20 gained 9.58 points to close at 2,600.76. Turnover was 162.8 million rupees and 8.2 million shares were traded. Up next are today's forex trades. And that's all the news we have for you today. Do join us tomorrow at the same time for more of the very latest. Until then, take care. Good night.